السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. الحمد لله رب العالمين، وأصلي وأسلم على نبينا محمد وعلى آله وأصحابه. أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له، وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله. ما بعد. Shall we continue the chapter of Ghusul? We spoke last halqa about the Ghusul when the Ghusul is wajib. Today, inshallah, we mention when the Ghusul is mustahab. When the Ghusul is mustahab. Number one, Ghusul for the Eid. Ghusul for the Eid, Eid al-Adha, Eid al-Fitr. Okay, some scholars say it is mustahab. Why? Not because a hadith, because we don't have an authentic hadith. We have the hadith, but not authentic. That the Prophet ﷺ used to make ghusl. He used to take shower, والسلام, every Eid. Fitr and Adha. But this is not authentic. So why they say mustahab? They say because there is an hadith by Ali radiallahu ta'ala an. Okay, and if the hadith is by a companion, we call this hadith as marfu', mawquf, maqtu'. Okay, we mix the fiqh with the hadith. Okay, if it is an action of a companion or a saying by a companion. So this is marfu', mawquf or maqtu'. Mawquf, yes, mawquf. It is called mawquf. If we mention something about the companion, a saying or an action, this is called mawquf. طيب. So there's something mawquf. Ali ibn Abi Talib was asked radiyallahu ta'ala an about ghusl. Someone asked Ali ibn Abi Talib about the ghusl. He said, اغتسل كل يوم إن شئت. Ali radiyallahu ta'ala said, okay, do ghusl every day. If you like, do ghusl. Then the man said, no. I mean the ghusl as ghusl. He said, al-ghusl الذي هو الغسل. Okay, he means that a ghusl as a worship. Ali said, Jum'ah, ghusl for Jum'ah, for Arafah, for Nahr. Nahr means the Eid al-Adha day, al-Fitr. Okay, so he mentioned the day of Jum'ah, the day of Arafah, the day of Eid al-Adha, the day of Eid al-Fitr. So this is from Ali that Yawm al-Eid is a day to make ghusl. Also there is another narration, mawquf also, mawquf. Abdullah ibn Umar used to make ghusl at the day of Eid al-Fitr. At the day of Eid al-Fitr before going to the masjid, before going to the musalla. Okay, what is the difference between musalla and masjid? Masjid where we are sitting here. We do the 5 prayers, Jum'ah, i'tikaf. Musalla, it is a prayer place outside the masjid for the Eid, for the istisqa, salat, the prayer for rain. That's called musalla. So that's why they said mustahab, because we have two of the companions said, or one of the companions said, and one of them did. And also, generally, when there is a meeting, when there is a gathering for the Muslims, they say it is good and recommended that you go out to meet your brothers in a nice smell and nice clothing. Number 2, taking shower after ighma. Ighma, if someone unconscious because of disease, when he wakes up, it is recommended to do ghusl. Why? Because the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, hadith in Bukhari, subhanallah, at the end of his life, alayhi salatu wasalam, he was sick, so he was falling unconscious. Then he wakes up, alayhi salatu wasalam. So when he wakes up, he took the ghusl, he took the shower. So they said this is mustahab to make ghusl, not wajib. And also the same thing they said after general anesthesia, because you lost your conscious. So after the general anesthesia, okay, do ghusl. Okay, and usually after the operation, okay, maybe it is difficult, but maybe after 1 day, something like this. Or sometimes the general anesthesia for the treatment of the teeth. You know, some people, yeah, subhanAllah, they give them general anesthesia. Okay, so we'll tell them, make ghusl. Not wajib, but this is mustahab.
Yeah, that was full unconsciousness?
Yes. Yes.
The general anesthesia, we give local also, not local.
No. Sometimes they give general anesthesia.
Full.
Okay, full. Because maybe the patient has a problem that he can't, yeah, maybe something like this. طيب. Number 3, ghusl for Hajj or Umrah. The Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam did ghusl for the ihram. The Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam did ghusl for the ihram. Okay, for Hajj or Umrah, when you are in the miqat, if you are driving, alaykum salam. For the miqat, when you reach the miqat, you do ghusl. Before saying labbayka Umrah or labbayka Hajjan, you do ghusl. Even if the woman is during the menses. The woman during the menses, as she's going for Umrah or Hajj, and she's intending to do Umrah or Hajj, is it possible? Or can this, is it allowed? During the menses and she intends to do Umrah? Yes. Maybe she will go there to stay 1 month. Okay, so for 4, 5, 6 days, then she will be pure. This is okay. طيب. And if she did not intend, then we tell her no need to do ghusl. I mean, if the lady wants to go to the Hajj, so or maybe the example is clear when we talk about the Umrah. Okay, maybe the father with his wife and his daughters, they are going for Umrah 3 days, weekend. And in the airport, or let's say before the miqat, the period started. Okay, they will stay only for 2 days, and the menses will stay for at least 5 days. Can she enter without ihram, without the intention of Umrah? Yes, she can enter without the intention, especially for her case, because she will enter and she will leave without, and not in a state of tahara. So it is not wajib. To do the Umrah or Hajj when they enter. Number 4, al-ghusl to enter Makkah. Ghusl when you enter Makkah. Okay, so in the miqat is different than entering Makkah. Suppose that you are driving, okay, and let's say from Medina, because between Makkah and Medina about 4 hours. So you do the ghusl in the miqat. Medina.
It's not necessary to do it in the miqat, right?
You can do it before, but this is the way of the Prophet ﷺ, miqat. The ghusl in the miqat. Maybe it is difficult or something. Okay, you do it in the hotel in Medina. So you do the ghusl Medina, then you drive to Mecca. Before you enter Mecca, also you do another ghusl. Before you enter Mecca, you do another ghusl. Why? We have the hadith. Abdullah ibn Umar said, Abdullah ibn Umar radiyallahu ta'ala anhuma used to stay in a place called the Tuwa, and to make ghusl, then enters Mecca. And he said that the Prophet ﷺ did it. So an area called Yutuwa, before entering Mecca, you do Ghusul. So this is a different Ghusul than Ghusul Ihram. Because the first one before Ihram, before the intention of the Umrah, and the second one, you are in a state of Ihram. It's number 4. Number 5, Ghusl after washing the dead body. Yani if you are, for example, working there in the graveyard to prepare the people for the janazah, so you make ghusl, you wash them. So after washing them, you do ghusl. You do ghusl. Because the hadith, من غسل ميتا فليغتسل. The one who made ghusl for the dead body, he should make ghusl. So this hadith is as a proof that it is wajib, but because there is another hadith that they were not doing that, so that's why they say it is mustahab. It is mustahab. If you are working there, or if you are doing ghusl for your relative, you did ghusl for one of your relatives or one of your friends, so you do ghusl. You do ghusl. Also about the mustahada. Okay, what does it mean al-mustahada? Mustahada is different than al-ha'id. Ha'id, the woman who has the period. Mustahada, the woman who is bleeding, not as a menstrual period, but it is like a disease. A disease. She is continuously bleeding, not only for the 7 days, no, more than the 7 days. And this is inshallah this will come, but it is a kind of disease, not normal, because the menstrual period is something normal. But mustahada is something not normal. The hadith Aisha said, radiyallahu ta'ala anhu, that Habiba had istihada 7 years. For 7 years, Habiba. And she asked the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Then the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam told her to make ghusl. To make ghusl. Then the end of the narration, Aisha said she was doing ghusl for every salah. Okay. Shafi'i rahimahullah said that the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam told Habiba to make ghusl. It means once, and to start the salah. And he did not tell Habiba to make ghusl for every salah. So I have no doubt that taking shower every time, okay, is something recommended, and it is not an order from the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So Shafi'i rahimahullah said about the hadith, the meaning of the hadith, that the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam told Habiba, make ghusl. It means after the time of the real period, okay, you make ghusl once, then you start salah. But Habiba was doing ghusl for every salah. And Shafi'i said, no doubt, this is not from the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. This is from Habiba. Yani, that she likes to make ghusl for every salah. Okay, so see, these are some the types of ghusl. Mustahab, not wajib. Mustahab, not wajib. طيب, the intention for the ghusl. Is it important to make intention for the ghusl? Yes. This is like the wudu. Why? Because it is a ibadah, it is a worship. It is a ibadah. Al-ghusl is a ibadah. It's a kind of worship. So we need the intention. So if someone made the ghusl without intention, then the ghusl is not valid. Okay. For example, someone used to make ghusl every morning before going to work. So he made the ghusl, okay, then he remembered that he had janaba. Okay, can he say, okay, already I did the ghusl? Tell him, no, you have to repeat. Because you did al-ghusl, your regular ghusl. You are taking shower every day for work. So your intention is not a ibadah, is not a worship. Okay? So you have to do another ghusl with the intention of janaba, ghusl janaba. طيب. Shaykh Rahimahullah mentioned that if the person did a ghusl for maybe after playing football, especially in summer here in Kuwait, you sweat without playing, subhanallah. طيب. So if you made your ghusl for cleanliness, is it enough for the wudu? The wudu? He said no. Why? Because this ghusl to clean yourself. This is not enough for the wudu. You need to intend. You need to intend. طيب. What is the pillars of ghusl? What are the pillars of ghusl? Okay, or the pillar of ghusl. تعميم البدن بالماء. Okay, to include the whole body by water. Then you are in a state of tahara. That's it. This is the minimum. The minimum, if the water comes on the whole body, then the ghusl is okay now. The ghusl is okay. But they say this is called al-ghusl al-mujzi, the minimum. The minimum. If you make sure that the water on the whole body. Why? Because there is hadith. Why we say this is enough? The Prophet ﷺ said about ghusl. Amma ana, and for me, I take 3 times full of my hands, then I pour it on my head, then on the whole body. Okay? And this is enough. This is enough. يعني maybe you want to catch the salah, or you are in a hurry, so just pour the water on the whole body, and of course with the intention. With the intention, because we mentioned intention is important.
This is the minimum.
Minimum. You know. Okay, what about madmada wal istinshaq? Washing the mouth and the nose. This is not wajib in the ghusl. In the ghusl, not wajib. Why? Because from the hadith, the Prophet ﷺ said it is enough to pour the water. He did not mention madmada wal istinshaq. Okay? Okay, what is the perfect ghusl? The perfect way of ghusl? We have more than one hadith. Aisha mentioned that the Prophet ﷺ started with his hands, washing his hands, then making wudu. Then he put the water inside the hair, because the hair of Rasulullah ﷺ was thick, the beard, and also if you remember sometimes the hair of the head thick, alayhi salatu wasalam, up to the shoulders. Okay, so he started with his hands, then wudu, then inside the hair, the thick places, then the whole body. This is hadith Aisha. Hadith Maymuna, she said, I prepared the water for Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, then I covered him, I made sutra. Alaykum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Then he washed his hands twice or thrice. Then he put by his right hand on his left hand, Then he washed his private part, عليه الصلاة والسلام. Then دلك يده في الأرض. Then he cleaned his hand on the ground. Okay, because this is like the soap. Okay. أو بالحائط, or on the wall. Then he washed the hands. Then he made مضمضة واستنشاق. Then he washed the mouth and the nose. Then the face, the hands, then the head, then the whole body. Then he changed his place. Then he washed the feet. He washed the feet. Okay, so he started sallallahu alayhi wasallam with the hands, washing the hands. Okay, then the private part, alayhi salatu wasalam. Then he washed the hand, he cleaned the hand, alayhi salatu wasalam. Then he made wudu except the feet. Then he poured the water on the whole body. He changed his place. Then he washed the feet. Why some scholars said he changed his place. He changed his place, alayhi salatu wasalam, because you know the place where you take the shower will be dirty because water and the soil. So he changed his place, okay, to a clean place. Then he washed the feet. There is hadith without changing the place. And from the wudu, he completed the wudu. And in this hadith, he did not complete the wudu until the end. And he delayed washing the feet. There is another hadith, he washed the feet from the beginning with the wudu. Okay? So this is sunnah and also this is sunnah. This is sunnah and this is sunnah. So you can make wudu, a full wudu, before pouring the water on the body, or you can delay washing the feet until the end. Okay? To make sure that the water goes inside to touch the skin.
Is it mentioned separately?
The previous narration of Maymuna, the first hadith, sorry, Aisha. The first hadith Aisha, the second Maymuna. But we have to make sure that the water comes on the whole body.
Something like rubbing the head for 3 times, right? That is it.
The hadith, he poured the water on the head 3 times.
Right, and then
there is narration Bukhari Muslim when he poured the water by his hands 3 times on the head, on the head only. Huh?
No, left side, right side, once right, left, right.
There is a general rule for the tahara. Aisha said كان يعجب التيمم. He likes to start with the right side في تنعله وترجله وطهوره وشأنه كله. So we have a general hadith for the tahara. Which tahara? The hadith mentioned the tahara, so it includes both the minor and the major, the wudu and the ghusl. Okay, so you pour the water 3 times on the head. Okay, and but for the whole body once. The whole body once. You start with the right, then the left.
The pouring water, it includes the rubbing of the head, or
Rubbing is not wajib. It's not wajib. But if you need to make sure that the water goes to the skin, then you have to do it. For example, if the hair is very thick that pouring the water is not enough, then you have to rub. You have to make dalk. Rubbing is not wajib.
it should be with the mud or something like
كان يتوضأ بالمد ويغتسل بالصاع إلى 5 أمداد. The Prophet ﷺ used to make wudu with mud, the full of the 2 hands. This for wudu. And for the ghusl, صاع. صاع means 4 mud. 4 times of the 2 hands, 4 times. إلى 5 أمداد. يعني between 4 and 5. Between 4 and 5. This is for the ghusl. I have to make sure that the water covers the whole body. There is hadith أداء الأمانة غسل الجنابة وتحت كل شعرة جنابة. Part of the amana that we have to achieve, the ghusl for the janaba. Because we don't know. Yeah, and this is between you and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. When the person has janaba, then he's making ghusl. People cannot make sure. How can we know? We don't know. So this is amana between you and Allah. Then he said, and under every hair, there is janaba. It means you have to make sure that the water washes every single point in the body. But this is not authentic hadith as marfu', but it is as mawquf by yes, Abu Ayyub al-Ansari radiyallahu ta'ala. Abu Ayyub al-Ansari. It is a saying of Abu Ayyub al-Ansari.
So according to Maimuna radiyallahu anha, start with the hands, wash the private parts, then he cleaned the hands with the dust.
With the dust or soap.
Or whatever. And then washed again. Then made wudu.
Except the feet.
Yeah, then washed his hair and then changed the place and washed the feet.
No, pour the water on the whole body.
Oh, yeah,
yes.
Whole body and then change the place.
To wash the feet. Yes.
So during ghusl, then you're doing wudu also and touching or cleaning your private parts. After that, you have to make wudu again if you touch your private parts. So there are some.
No, after
Done earlier.
after the ghusl, no need for the wudu. After the ghusl, no need to the wudu.
No, what he's asking is, you touch the private parts. So do you require to do the wudu again? But the sequence is like, start with hands, wash private parts, and then make wudu. Right?
Yes.
So you don't touch after that.
Later, if you pour the water, and maybe some people rubbing the body. Okay? No need. No need. خلاص. You make the ghusl, you clean your body, the private part, and no need for the ghusl.
Some people also, during even wudu, I have seen that they clean their feet like this without touching the feet. Is it compulsory to?
We mentioned rubbing delk is not wajib. Not wajib. Maliki said this is wajib. But other scholars, this is not wajib. Why? Because the Prophet ﷺ did not say it. Did not say it. But again, if I notice that the water did not cover the whole parts of wudu or the whole body for the janaba, then I have to rub. And maybe some people are obese, and they have what you call wrinkles, in the body. Flaps, okay? So then they have to use their hand to rub, to make sure the water comes inside.
Yesterday, there was someone at the video, and he said that, Tablighi Jama'ah, they have one big shaykh in their book. He wrote this, he claims this is a big shaykh, Maulana Zakari or something. He said that is a very pious guy. He kept a wudu for 20 days straight. So I don't know if this is anywhere possible. And he said this is a karam. Is it? I mean, people need to know these kind of things that from Sunnah. I mean, this is possible at all.
Did eat or drink anything?
I don't know. How is it possible to have a wudu for 20? But and then he said this is a karam and it's been proved by someone who.
We will not finish. We will not finish. We should know when the wudu is invalid and when we have to make the wudu, okay? And whatever they mention in their books, okay? we don't care. We should know for what we should do the wudu. For when you go to the toilet, sleeping, eating the camel meat. Okay, this is karama, not karama. Yani sorry, yani subhanallah, we love, but they believe. They believe. And there is a book about the karama of the awliya. Not only one book, books. Okay? And I think I mentioned something, yani, they mentioned something, wallahi, crazy. Crazy. The one who is writing or those who believe, subhanallah. Yani, one of the karama, they mentioned one of the karama, okay? وَكَانَ رَحِمَهُ اللَّهِ يَخْرُجُ عَارِيًا. He was, rahimahullah, yani, comes out to the people naked. This is karama. Can you believe this? They believe. One of them said, al-muridun, like, you know murid.
Followers.
Not only followers,
More than followers.
more than. He said, I was sitting during Jum'ah khutbah. And during the Jum'ah khutbah,
Fatma missed this.
and during the Jum'ah khutbah, I felt I need a toilet. So the Imam, okay, noticed that, or he knew that I need the toilet. So he opened his kum. What is the meaning of sleeve? So I entered inside. And it was a garden, and I went to the toilet, and I went out to continue Jum'ah khutbah. Yani,
Without making wudu?
it was garden. Okay, if it was garden, why you came out? You should stay inside. They believe. They write like this. Karama, they claim karamat, and they believe. They believe. Yani, this is, subhanallah, the Muslim of course, not all the Muslim but many of them. Okay, what do you think? What do you think? Like these people will do for the Muslim ummah? Do you think they will improve the Muslim ummah? Do you think they will call for Islam? This is very dangerous. If they call for Islam, which kind of Islam? Where is the Sunnah? Where is the real Sunnah of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam? The Muslims more than 1 billion, 1.7 or 1.5. Okay, but what kind of Muslims they are? That's why we need to make the da'wah. We need to teach the aqidah. Okay, they say it is not important. Aqidah not important. We should unite. We should fight America. We should fight the kuffar. We should make jihad. We should the politics and the medicine and what about the aqidah? Huh? Subhanallah, wallahi, this is very dangerous. This is very dangerous. And this is what the kuffar, they want the Muslims to be Sufi. Yes, Sufi. Khalas, let them be like murid. Okay? The followers of awliya. They worship the awliya. They go to the masjid, they kiss the feet of the awliya, they pay the money for their awliya. Okay? And they don't care about the zakah, they don't care about the jihad, the tawheed, the aqidah, the salah, the sunnah. Full of bid'ah. Full of bid'ah. They celebrate Miladul Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. They celebrate Miladul Awliya. And they don't pray. For some of them, Milad, not Miladul Nabi, Miladul Wali, more important than everything. They go to the graves, they don't pray.
If we complete the Ghusul without starting the wudu, and after completion of the Ghusul, we do the Ghusul, the wudu, then is it?
This is bid'ah. Doing the wudu after ghusl, bid'ah. Doing the wudu after ghusl, this is bid'ah. Khalas. The wudu, the ghusl, this is major. major purity. So no need to do the minor purity after the major. What is the use? Khalas, you cleaned yourself with the major purity. So doing the wudu after ghusl, this is bid'ah.
Before you take the bath, take the wudu and take a bath.
Yes.
And Shaykh, another question. If we finish the ghusl, can we go straight for the prayer, or do we need to again do the wudu before going to the prayer?
Alas, no need.
The same question. You are asking the same question, صح? What is the difference?
Intention is about touching the private part.
No. His question is different.
Actually, private part is a part of you. So
We answered that خلاص. طيب.
She was saying that when a person plays football, he's sweating,
Mm.
and he goes and takes shower.
Mm.
But normal bath,
Mm.
like the other ghusl that we have,
Mm.
and he has to do wudu for that. It's not the actual ghusl that we do, ghusl janaba or all of that. But let's say if a person is taking a bath, but he do make wudu before that, like how he does, or maybe during the bath, the normal bath, he makes the wudu. So even then he has to do wudu. Then
He did the wudu.
then it's not required, right? I mean, in this
He did wudu خلاص.
With the intention.
during this.
He did wudu or not? خلاص, he did wudu.
But wudu intention for should be something. The intention was not for the ghusl. Like normal bath, but he did wudu during that.
Okay. خلاص, he did wudu.
But he did wudu with intention.
Of course, wudu should be, when we say wudu, it means there should be intention.
So this can be an exception in this case. Like,
It is not exception. If the person did wudu, خلاص. I will not ask him to repeat the wudu. He did wudu. Yes. We have two intentions for what?
We should have intention for taking shower, right?
Yes, we mentioned this is condition for the janaba and also for the wudu.
So then when I'm taking shower, before completing, I'm doing my wudu also. So I need to have two intentions.
Sorry, again?
So when I'm taking shower,
For what this shower? Janaba? Okay.
normal also, let's say janaba also. So what I do is
No, there is difference between normal and janaba.
janaba.
Okay.
So then I have to do wudu also during.
I don't have to make wudu. We mentioned that there are two ways for ghusl. There is the minimum ghusl, you pour the water, that's it. The complete or the perfect or the maximum, you wash your hands, you wash your private part, then you make wudu, then you pour the water. So this wudu during this ghusl is not compulsory. It is not compulsory. So if you pour the water, that's it. This is enough. You go after this ghusl and you pray. You can pray.
Intention is for what then? I'm asking for
Intention for that I'm going to pray. Intention is to remove this janaba. Yani, yes, the scholars mentioned the intention should be for what? The intention should be for the ibadah, to pray. The intention is to remove this janaba. Okay? Any intention, inshallah, is enough. That because we are doing the ghusl. Why? To practice the salah, the tawaf, the other things.
so that's what this question is. You can have two intentions with one ghusl, like to pray and to remove janaba.
Yes. Yes.
So you are trying to purify yourself.
We-
So you need only one intention, either purify or wudu.
And the scholars mentioned the intention can be I'm making ghusl to pray. I wake al-fajr, then there is janaba. So now I want to make ghusl to pray. Okay? Or someone maybe wakes up in the morning, 10 a.m. So I want to make ghusl to remove this janaba.
So you cannot be confused that, oh, my intention wasn't right, and keep taking over the intention and go and make a wudu again because I didn't have the right intention.
No, this is possible. What is the intention for the ghusl? Then to do the worship or to remove the janaba. They mentioned this. They mentioned. Okay, if you go and check the books of fiqh, they mention it. And some scholars say no, the intention should be to remove the janaba, not to do the things that can be done by the wudu. يعني for example, they mention if you make ghusl to read the Quran, is the ghusl is valid for the salah? Okay, the ghusl is valid. The ghusl is valid. The wudu?
Also a part of ibadah. So during the, let's say, taking a bath, we do the wudu, and we go to the office. We didn't pray. We don't pray. So how do we must?
Sorry, in the morning you.
We take a bath and we do during the bath.
Okay.
And then we straight go to the office.
Okay.
So do we need to pray? Let's say anything or no? No need. We can go to the office.
يعني, are you asking that after the wudu I should pray?
Yeah.
I should not pray after the wudu. I should not. The wudu itself by itself is a ibadah. Why? Because the Prophet ﷺ said, وَلَا يُحَافظ عَلَى الْوُضُوءِ إِلَّا مُؤْمِنٌ. وَلَا يُحَافظ عَلى الْوُضُوءِ إِلَّا مُؤْمِنٌ. This is one of the signs of Iman. One of the signs of the true believer, that he keeps the wudu. Okay, so after the toilet, do wudu. Okay, yeah, maybe it is after Isha Salah. You suppose in Ramadan, you prayed Isha, you prayed Taraweeh, you prayed Witr, you finish. So now you finish from 7:30. 7:30, خلاص, you finish. Al-Fajr after 5 hours, 6 hours, or 10 hours. Okay, you went to the toilet. Now, can I do wudu? Yes, do wudu. And I pray after wudu? No need to pray. I do wudu for a wudu. There is, but this is not wajib. It's not wajib.
If you do it, it is good.
Huh?
If you pray after that, it's good.
If it is not a forbidden time, you can pray. You can pray. But the point is, wudu is a worship by itself. The Prophet ﷺ mentioned hadith Sahih Muslim, when you make the wudu, so the sins will leave the body with the drops after washing the hand, with the drops of water when you wash the face. So it means the wudu is ibadah. But we don't do the wudu as a ibadah repeatedly. And for example, I do wudu, okay, now, then I sit in the masjid. Then after 5 minutes, I go and do wudu again. Why? I'm worshiping Allah by the wudu. No, this is no. Scholars say you should do something. Like what? For example, you pray, then after you pray, you make wudu and you pray again. Okay? So you did something by this wudu. And there is hadith, Shaykh Al-Albani mentioned this hadith, لولا أن أشق على أمتي لأمرتهم بالوضوء مع كل صلاة. If I'm not making difficult for my ummah, then I will order them to do wudu for every salah. For every salah. Okay? And the ayah, يا أيها الذين آمنوا إذا قمتم إلى الصلاة فاغسلوا. When you pray, you do the wudu. Okay? But without praying, and you do the wudu, repeat every 5 minutes, every 10 minutes, this is not sunnah. It's not sunnah.
One question I want to ask. I told you, Sufi, they have Baya, Murid and system. And Sufi and Tablighi the same. Then our Jamaat Ahl Sunnah, we have a Murid and 4 Imams, they did it for their students, they made it Baya or something. Can you explain about this?
Bay'ah?
Any Murid, your Shaykh, I'm your Murid. So they give you Baya. Hand to hand, sometimes they're one. If it is ladies, something else. So any system in our.
Yes, in Islam we have bay'ah, but the bay'ah should be for the Imam. Bay'ah should be for the Imam, the leader of the Muslim. Not for every Imam of the masjid. In every masjid I go up to the Imam and I give him bay'ah. and he gives me the blessing, the barakah. No, the bay'ah, okay, the companions, they gave bay'ah for the Prophet ﷺ because he's the leader of the Muslim Ummah. Okay, after the death of Rasulullah ﷺ, they gave the bay'ah to Abu Bakr radiyallahu ta'ala anhu. So the bay'ah for the leader.
Why the system that was
Don't ask me, wallah, go and ask them. I don't know why they are doing this. Only this? Only the bay'ah?
When you are late for the prayer and just pour the water to the minimum ghusl, and then when you get the minimum ghusl, then you have to do it. Or within the minimum ghusl, you just.
How many times I answered this question? Huh? Okay. Yes, what is the problem? The problem, we are many Muslims practicing something from the parents and the parents from the grandparents. Okay, so but when we come to know the Sunnah, we feel it is very difficult to change. Okay, يعني I will tell you, for example, when we wake up, we believe that we have to go to the toilet. It is not accepted to make wudu immediately. Okay, for many Muslims. Okay? This is not Sunnah. يعني, there is no problem. When I wake up, I make wudu and I pray, it's okay. But for many Muslims, they believe, no, I have to go to the toilet. Okay, and I urinate, then I wash, then I make wudu. But making wudu immediately, no. Okay? صح? Do you have like this belief?
Not belief, but
Practice يعني. We are
maybe required.
but this is a belief.
Like washing the private parts every wudu.
Yes. Okay. So when we come to know the Sunnah, no, I will do what I used to do. Okay. So taking shower, pouring. Yes, I'm talking about the minimum. Yes. And I talk about this. And I will repeat this. And maybe tomorrow I will do, or after the Halaqa, I will do an Instagram. I have one brother at the back of the Halaqa alone. If you go to the sea now, after Janaba, okay, go to the sea for 3 seconds. You go inside, then you leave, khalas, this is enough. And pray. I know the water is cold today, okay, but if you do it, it is enough.
That is good one question. What about the masa on the head? Because I did not find, because it's poured the water, and everything is covered before.
You are doing something more than masah. Which is stronger, ghusl or masah? Huh?
He's sitting alone, the jinn is doing waswas.
No. Which is stronger, ghusl or masah? Ghusul, خلاص. So no need for the masah if I'm doing ghusl. The point is, the Prophet ﷺ said, it is enough that you pour the water. خلاص, alhamdulillah. If he said this is enough, this.
And ghusl is done. Because I'm going to pray. My question
Ghusl is done. Which is,
suppose it's very late and now I just pour the water and I just.
Yes. We will suggest for in every masjid we put swimming pool.
The masjid will be wet.
dry your feet يعني. طيب, is it okay to dry your body after the ghusl? Hadith Maymuna, that the Prophet ﷺ after the she said, I gave the Prophet ﷺ a piece of cloth after the ghusl, فلم يرد, or فلم يرد. He did not take this towel. ونفض وهو ينفض يديه يعني ها? Yes, with his hand he wiped the water from his body. طيب. But it doesn't mean, يعني, some scholars said, so it is makruh to dry your body. Okay, it is not a proof that this is makruh. But for example, if you are in weather, يعني, it is not dangerous, and you don't like to dry by towel, only by like the Prophet ﷺ, then this is okay. There is hadith, don't wipe the water from your body because this is the fans of the shaitan, but this is not authentic hadith. Okay, we have the authentic hadith that the Prophet ﷺ did. Huh? Yes, after the ghusl. You remove the water by your hands.
You have hadith for after wudu, like you can dry yourself.
There is, yes. After the wudu, you can dry.
All the time they say limit of water. Now they just pouring water. We need towel.
You need what?
Towel to dry up.
Why? Because a lot of water?
Yes, we use.
Use little water? You can.
For wool only.
You can. You can.
It's very hard.
So when Jabir radiallahu ta'ala an narrated the hadith, so one of them said, it is not enough for me. So Jabir radiallahu got angry. He said it was enough for a person who is better than you and has hair more than you. So it is enough. It is enough. Yani, because we used to see the water running, wasting water. Huh?
At that time there was scarcity of water.
If we are somewhere in the desert.
No, at the time of Rasulullah, Makkah, Zamzam, Zamzam, still now. Okay? We need to train ourselves. As I mentioned before, nowadays, subhanallah, when someone is building a house or when you go to you book a hotel in another place, you see the shower box, the water from everywhere. صح? Push the water comes from the sides. This is from the kuffar. This is from the kuffar. The idea of the kuffar, they live for the dunya. They prepare everything for the dunya, not for the akhirah. Okay, so take the shower. When you are taking shower for janaba, okay, try to use little water, as much as you can. Try. If you are not trying, who will try? The Sufi? 20? Yes, this is the point. طيب جزاكم الله خير.